here tonight. We're getting started here. We've got our machine up and running, and we're so glad you're here. It's a beautiful night, and you probably want to kind of be outdoors. So thank you for taking the time to be here. I'm Pat Benson, instigator. Well, I think we decided to call me coordinator. That sounded better on grant applications. So welcome. Will you wave at me if this is your first community meeting you've been able to attend? Okay, welcome, welcome. It's always good to have some new people in the room. And so we're inviting you to share this way. That on this sheet, if you will give us your name, and even if you've signed in before, we ask that we have this. We have it for record keeping. And put on a name badge, just your first name with a marker so we can see it from a distance would be great. Okay, and then we're going to begin with a grounding. Remember, for those of you here last month, we talked about when groups come together, if we can get their voices in the room, if they can get grounded. And so can you tell the people at your table, and I thank the Child Advocacy, they set these up so nicely for what we need to do. So tell the people your name, and what might be something that amazes you about the Wright Restoration Project, okay? And what is one possible thing you hope you will learn during tonight's meeting? Okay? So let's start with the person with the darkest colored top on at your table. Will you share your name?
I think my black is black. Black is black.
Mine's older, so it's faded.
Yeah. What was I supposed to
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Julie, and I live here in Elma now. When I lived in a house, woodwork around the fireplaces, just not there. I haven't seen that. Yeah, Elma put some pictures of it on the Facebook page.
Which I decided on your Facebook. One of those drag your feet into the Facebook world.
And it's still really beautiful.
I've heard so many people.
Yeah, Mr. Wright had connections at first with everybody, and there was actually a woodworking shop right here in the area.
I wonder who it was.
I had it at home somewhere. I bought that.
Tinker and his son-in-law, Lancashire, had a mill, and they did a lot of this. Sawmill.
Once you're willing, in case you didn't know, they might know. I'm 49 What is something that
You don't think so?
Okay, thank you. And we're going to do a little team building tonight. You know how you love doing those, and I want to mix you up a little bit. So we're going to count off by 10. If I could have you start. 1, 2, and over here, 3. 3, John. 1, no. 4.
It's great.
I told her that one time.
8.
9, 10.
No, yeah, and then
Yeah.
1 more, yeah.
That's my fundraiser.
4, 5,
6, Linda?
7, 8,
9.
1.
You have 7?
I'm 7.
8.
9.
10.
I don't remember my number. That's it, Chuck. You got it.
All right, that you look around. For example, this is table number 8. Will you join the people who had 8, okay? And this is table number 5. Okay, 9's over here.
5.
Hey, Blade.
I better take my stuff, just in case.
I was gonna guard it.
You did a good job. I know, no problem. No problem. I'm an 8.
You're an 8.
This is table 1. Okay.
Good. It was a good opportunity to unplug from reality. Lots of good food. I think I gained 10 pounds. How are things with you?
Okay, are we all in our places with bright, shiny faces or whatever? Okay, everyone found their place? Okay, Ed will let you join whatever you like. Okay, you're all set. All right, we are going to build a model of the Wright Mansion. Now, you can build it as it is now, or you can build it as you dream it will be. So here's what we're going to do. Your task is to use the materials, and they're all alike. Each group has the same materials that are in here. You don't have to use them all, but you can't add to it, just what you have here. You have 10 minutes to construct a model using the items that you have there. So use your creativity, go to work on it. There aren't any particular rules other than not using anything that isn't on there. What questions might you have before we begin? How do we put it together? Right, that's up to you. Oh my God.
We need some tape.
Well, we've got masking tape here.
Oh, we do have
I
a
mean,
tape.
you're asking paper. They can have a snap
I'm the least handy person in this room.
Are you really?
I was gonna say, it's almost like I don't know. Maybe that'll be rude. This could be our base. That's my kind of spitball. If you got a really good photo of it, at least a couple dimensions. I have a service I work with where I can send it in and it'll send me a 3D model, and then I can print it on my 3D printer and I can make stuff like that.
Really?
Oh yeah. That's why I was talking to Michelle last night that I was gonna make see if I can get some photos of the Wright Mansion and see if I can make a little gimmicky version that we can sell. So.
Could be the chimney.
Did you? Well, it could be the
I just left work.
Yeah, it does.
We never on a cruise.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
We did the Eastern Caribbean. So we did St. Martin, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and back to Miami. Cruising is the only way I get an opportunity to unplug from reality, not be reachable by phone for a couple of days. Well, I have internet while I'm out there, but service, like, Zoom calls and stuff don't work that well. Like I worked the couple of days we were in court, and we weren't doing anything, but still.
We need skizzers.
Yeah. I thought about it, but I didn't. Nope.
I said, this smacks a science Olympiad right here.
Yeah, it does. It does. And now we're not going to test and see how much weight it can hold. Yeah.
That's right. Or
But
how
you got
far
Brian.
it's
That's got to help you.
Probably between us and
How much space do you want?
back in the day. Well, I think she's seen it. So, John, what are we doing here?
I'm not sure. Critical.
Look like windows, kind of. Oh, we could use these markers to make the stainless better. Yeah. Take some pictures. Yeah, like So Brian's, you're making the house part.
Yeah, John's got the roof.
Disrepair.
Can't make it anywhere. Don't forget the holes. We got a spring some leaks in it.
Every time I try to do that, it pops back.
I'm here now. I'm sorry.
That is not gonna work.
Right, that's exactly. More about what our ideas are.
Make a couple
Boy, the fruitcake design here.
Said you can't add to it by the way.
You're not part of this group, are you?
Did you say we could use markers?
Oh, Barb's over there. What's she doing?
No, I couldn't even start to do that.
How did the meeting with the bank go yesterday?
We're all set up, except they're coming next Tuesday to the genealogy center to talk about those merchant services. But meanwhile, as soon as we get access to their online banking, we'll be able to remove an auto look. Have you heard of that?
Do which?
Auto books, have you heard of that? That's a similar thing. You can pay by credit card. I think there's an ACH component. And some other things. So that is free for the first 60 days. ACH service alone is like $35 a month.
You want it all for free?
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk.
We got one more
But,
there.
but since they're coming next week, I don't know what your work schedule's like, but if you want to come down there on Tuesday,
Yeah.
it's 1 o'clock they're coming.
Usually, depending on the day, I like it.
Take about 2.5 more minutes to finish up.
Here's your stained glass windows. Once in a while, we could have a fireplace.
Keeps us alive.
Did you use my stained? Are you using my stained glass window?
Yeah, I got it over here.
Do you need anything else sketched out for this?
No, don't sneeze.
Kind of freewheeling it.
Down's got going. No.
Get a little bit more tape out of this.
It's pretty crazy. They do this, they give them a limited material.
Sure.
You know.
Great job. Yeah, for your week.
Make it fling something.
Sure.
There we go. I think this is the winner right here.
Here's the other
Okay. And like guys, grocery games or whatever Food Network challenge, hands off now. You're done. All right. Competition is completed. We want to debrief this process. Hopefully we're getting some pictures of these. Did you take pictures of them?
Here, let's get a picture.
Let's take a look at some questions. Whenever we do a team builder, we can ask ourselves some questions. As you reflect on your building process, what might be some of your noticings about yourself and or your teammates? So talk at your table for a moment. What did you notice about yourself? Were you a hog and you jumped right in there? Or were you a log and said somebody else can construct it? Were you somewhere in
Seeing at your table, weren't we?
Oh, you guys get exemplified in your skills.
That's right.
Well, that's how you know you're doing it right.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
You know, as we come together as a community, we are forced to collaborate, you know, and it does work better when we have a team and we get everyone's ideas. Probably what you came up with is more elaborate, more creative than anyone could have done by themselves. you know, because you had a whole bunch of people pitching in. Some of you probably more than others. What were some possible factors impacting the outcome of your model?
Limited materials.
Limited resources.
Limited resources.
Not enough funding.
Not enough funding, okay.
That's right.
You needed to apply for grants.
Yes.
To get a few more materials. Anything else?
They were praying it would stay together until a picture was taken. We were praying that it would stay together until the picture was taken.
Yes, absolutely. It was a little tenuous there, how strong that construction was.
Yeah.
Anything else? Time, was that a factor?
Yeah.
The need for expert resources.
Yep.
That's right.
Materials and time, you know, those are major things in any construction project.
Not much guidance.
Not much guidance.
The time.
And how might you, go inside your head for a second, how might you describe the role you played on your team? Were you a leader, a follower, a participant, an observer, bystander?
Supervisor. But you gave us approval.
I wanted somebody else to do it.
And the truth of the matter is, whatever role you played, it was needed on that team. Maybe you were the one listening, maybe you were the one taking in the ideas and saying, oh, I just noticed something, and adding something at that point. Maybe you led the charge. Whatever you did, it was a valuable contribution, and you are needed in that project, as you're needed in this Wright Restoration Project. And then what were some possible decisions you made along the way that impacted the results? What decisions did you make? Did you decide to make it multi-dimensional? Did you decide to... You what?
Economizing on tape.
Economizing on tape. They were struggling with getting the tape off. Yep, that's right. Yep.
Bending the cardboard at first.
Bending the cardboard. Yep.
Yeah, that was a good decision to make.
Yeah. You know, we've said from the very beginning of the Wright House restoration that we were praying for wisdom, because we have lots of decisions to make, and we continue to have lots of decisions to make, and they do impact the outcome. And so when we come together as a community, we have lots of different voices and perspectives. As long as we have a way to be heard and to listen to one another and be respectful, we get a good finished product. So give yourselves a hand, and you're going to receive a prize, because all of you are winners. And I'll start here, and you can start there. Now, I want you to know there's significance to the team.
I hope that
We have 400 grand writers.
Third of the way there.
Okay. Want to make a guess as to why there are 100 grand candy bars?
That's how much money we have.
That's how much money we raised. 101 something. I'll show it to you later on. So congratulations. That's a lot from January 26th to today. That's paying for the building, and it's another $50,000 besides. But that's all come from local community donations. That's not a grant or someone from the outside dropping 100 grand on us. So congratulations, thank you. That's huge. So I've had these candy bars ready for this night. Wiped them out at Walmart. Okay, so it's all about collaboration. And I want to take a look at the mission vision statement that we adopted for the Wright House restoration project itself. Notice it says preserving our past, enriching our present, celebrating heritage, fostering connections. Will you turn to a shoulder partner and say, this is what jumps out at me. This is what makes sense to me. This is what I'm noticing about preserving our past, enriching our present, celebrating heritage, and fostering connections. Take a minute and turn to your shoulder partner, if you will, and tell them what you're noticing.
Your face.
I was a lot smaller back then. Amateur historian, you know, years ago, go by the house and stop and tell all the stories. I mean, what's happened, so it's not. He's not. No. I know, but he's in different now too. Try it.
I like this, I like this fostering
Pat's going around taking photos and getting prepared. There we go.
Perfect, this is the best one. Did she take a picture of this one?
At our last meeting, we engaged in an activity where you were brainstorming some beliefs that you have and that you hold about the Wright House and the restoration process. And so I took those and synthesized those and combined them, and these are the 5 that kind of came through again and again and again. There was one that was near and dear to my heart, but it was the only one that said, I think we'll be in there for Christmas 2024. I'm all for that, but you were the only one saying that. And I think we had one that wanted to speak easy, but more along that line. So if you'll take a minute, would somebody at your table read these to your table mates? Just say, I'll read them. Go ahead.
Reading these. Okay, Corey. Okay. So this is what we believe, right? Do you want me to read these?
Sure.
That the Wright House restoration is a valuable community project that will pay tribute to our heritage and provide an important educational experience for our children for years to come. That's right. Wright House restoration will be a vital catalyst to foster unity and pride in our community. Wright House restoration must begin with exterior structural aspects, including roof replacement and stone repair. Wright House restoration must honor the beauty and craftsmanship that was part of the original. Community involvement and communication are vital to the success of our project. True. All true, right?
And so now in your table groups, will you take a little time to talk about and lift out, this one really resonates for me. This is what I imagine. This is what, based on these beliefs, let me show you the next slide and I'll put this one back. Given our shared beliefs about the Wright House restoration, we know that organizations that have shared beliefs, have a shared vision, are more apt to be successful. And we're going to be successful. And so given our shared beliefs about the Wright House restoration, what might be some things that you would expect to see or hear in the coming months? okay? So I'll go back to those, and let's start with the person with the longest hair at your table. And then we'll just go right around. What might
Sorry, it's a short straw again.
Well, what was the question again?
Like,
What do we expect to see?
she went to the wrong slide.
She went back. What do we expect to see or hear in the coming months? All right. So we expect to see a beginning to that restoration. And we expect to hear lots of news, not only the history of the house, but about what's actually
I'm interested to hear what the community plan is for this house as we store it. And I think this is I'm excited for the project. So who's going to be pitching in and how much what's going on. It's exciting.
I'm just excited to see another historical property restored and preserved. Weirdly enough, there's quite a bit, like right in this little pocket. Fortunately, a lot of everybody that has these except for one is like maintained. There's stories to every single house here has a phone book with stories. This one to have that preserved.
It really is a show.
I'm excited that losing a lot of our oral collect things from it. She comes out of the I was at a meeting the other day. Grandkids said she says, I have an aunt, a great aunt, this summer. She has prints called flaps. Our grandparents used to hang in the front. And he said, I think my aunt story
What happens when you get shortchanged? That's about what's going to happen if we don't get the fund.
That's exciting.
And in the wind, far away, I mean, fairly far away. What's interesting to me is that we as a group are making history right now. We're part of the history in the future. So the future of that house, when it's open, this is what people are talking about. The efforts of the community. So we'll be part of it. Albert found today down at the genealogy library, he found a full-page newspaper ad about Amy Wright. And it's not an ad, but an article. A big portrait of it and a big coverage. 1912, right? So all of these things are coming out of the woodwork, like you said.
chance to go around? What is helpful is that you have a number of steering committee members located around the room, and so they're listening, and you can get some questions answered, and it also gives them information. They've been meeting every Thursday night. They're putting in a lot of hours. Kelly and Rochelle have opened up their home, and they posted that each Thursday night, and so those decisions are important, and we need input from lots of people. We're in the process of getting lots of bids in so that we can look and say, from experts that say, you know, this is what we're recommending, and we're trying to ask the right questions to get that information. So we're going to see some good things happening there, and we've already begun a little bit of the work, so lots more to come. So thank you for your thoughts. The intention of this from the very beginning was that we want you to come to a meeting and feel like you were, that you were listened to, and that we value your contribution to this project, because it is a community-owned project. This isn't one person, it isn't just the steering committee, it's the whole community. We'll do this together or we won't do it at all. So that's going to be really important. So as we have at each of the meetings, I'm going to ask that we bow and say a short prayer before we continue our meeting. Father, we thank you. We thank you for your gracious love, for the wisdom that you give us. We've asked for wisdom. You've reminded us again and again, if we lack wisdom, we should call on you. We want to do this in a way that's honoring to you, that builds community, that builds unity, and that it's done with care and respect for one another. So we thank you. We thank you for the many, many, many people who have donated time and energy, expertise, and dollars to this project already. We're so grateful for them. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Okay, so let's take a look at where we are for tonight. We're building relationships through collaboration. Did you get to know someone a little bit better tonight? Yeah. That you maybe otherwise, we tend to sit with the same people. We're going to learn about the latest project developments. We're going to hear from some people, and we're going to engage in some reflection. One of the things that we know about collaboration is that it requires some skills. We aren't kind of born collaborating, and sometimes in schools and organizations and churches, we form a team and we say, go therefore and collaborate, and it doesn't necessarily happen. We aren't naturally collaborative by nature. There's some skills that we need to build into that. One of those skills that some of us are challenged in is listening. And so tonight I want to give you a little example of 3 ways that we can listen that aren't very effective ways of listening. So Chris, can I have you come up? Chris is going to come up and talk to me. Chris came up with the idea, I think it was last
meeting.
Yeah.
Last meeting, I was talking to several other retired teachers, and we came up with the thought that maybe there would be a committee that we could establish. It wouldn't start out right away, but it would be later on after the building.
I've done the same thing. I've been in that same position. Great idea.
Thank you. Like I was saying, we came up with this idea that maybe we could write some curriculum that when the school children came.
Okay, so how many school children would come?
Well, we're not sure at this point in time.
What grade level?
Well, we're gonna have to check with the state and with the outcomes and see which one.
And would that be from our county only?
Well, not necessarily, but we have these other ladies that are willing to help me with this, so do you think that might be a good committee to have? So I think we'll look at the state objectives, the benchmarks, talk to some of our local teachers and see what grade levels would want to come and join, and then we would write curriculum.
You know what you need to do? You know what you need to do? You need to Michigan Department of Education and give their targets and their benchmarks. Thank you. We listen sometimes. The first way we sometimes listen, and oftentimes we're intending to get in rapport with someone. They say, I've had this horrible flu, me too, I do know what that's like. It's called autobiographical listening. It's like me too. And suddenly it doesn't become about their story anymore, it's about my story. on connecting it. So that's one way that we listen and don't do it well. The second way is to interrupt with questions. You know, generally we think, well, that's good. Not if they're kind of dumb, extraneous questions that are more about my curiosity than they are fostering that person's thinking. Chris didn't need to think about the ages of the children or how many at this point. That wasn't helping her thinking. I could have posed a question that might have helped her thinking, but those weren't it. And the third way is to be the solution listener. I got an idea. I can tell you what to do. And we're probably all guilty of those sometimes. Autobiographical, inquisitive, solution. Will you talk at your table for just a moment? Own up. Which one are you more tempted to? Some of you are better listeners than others of us. But which one is a greater temptation for you? Is it autobiographical, inquisitive, or solution? You got an answer?
Okay, we're looking at you.
I'm probably more inquisitive solution, depending on the topic. I do my best to not interrupt and let somebody just get their idea out before I start blurting out my stuff. I'm guilty of that just as much, I'm
What do I like this?
I think I've done all three at some point. Maybe a really strong experience so that you want to, make a connection with that person, share your experience.
Yeah.
I think the older you get, the more you have solutions.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, you're trying to say, avoid that problem. Listen, you gotta do it this way. It's not gonna work.
That's right.
So thank you. I can't help it, a teacher background in me. Each time that we meet, we try to build some little skill in there. And so there are really 7 skills they've identified that help us be collaborative. And so we touched on one of them tonight. So we'll come back for more of that. So I want to give you some good news and updates. Last time I said I just received a $20,000 check. I don't have one of those, but let me share with you some of the things that, as I said, we've raised $101,715 as of yesterday. They reported. So that really is, represents 40, probably a few more donors than that, because t-shirt sales and stuff, we don't know exactly. But that's a good healthy start in a community our size. So we're very thankful for that. And you got your $100,000, and that went by quickly, didn't it? You ate that up. We will too. Note that we have the logo, and that really was a gift from Ami Wright as well. You know, he's the guy that just keeps on giving, because this was the logo that was used on the hotel that he had. And so we used it, and now it's a Wright House restoration. So we are thankful for that. So Bruce Mackey, aren't these photos something else? He's documenting the progress on the house, and he's also doing some artistic photos. And so he's going to be sending me some more of them, but they are wonderful. You know, it really shows. Can't wait to see that restored, see those windows and everything again. And you can see that there. At least it gives our masonry people a challenge to get that back. And then Michigan history. they're very interested in a story on the Wright House. So we don't know when that'll be coming out. They've invited us to write a draft. So few of us will get together and see what we can come up with there. So that's good coverage. We're very happy about that. Construction has been in to shore up some of the beams, some of the structural supports needed before we can repair or replace the roof, whatever is decided there. So they've been in to do that. And this is a huge, huge thank you. Some of you, I think, know that the dining room fireplace is the only fireplace that was removed from the house. And attached to that fireplace were china cabinets. And we managed to track those down when Carol and Jack Stack owned the home. They built a place in Gaylord, and she asked her husband, can I take one of those fireplaces with me? Unfortunately, he said yes, and it's there. And so I talked to Mrs. Curtis yesterday morning for about a half an hour. She called me and said, yes, I'm willing to talk about that fireplace. And she says, I have one stipulation. If you recreate that, I want it noted that it is a replication of it and that the original is in my home. And so I said, I think we can do that. So then I reached out to Don Chain, and he generously offered his skill, which is considerable, and Aaron Hubbles to go up to the home, get pictures, get their eyes on it, and they will build a replication of that china cabinet and fireplace surround. So that's going to be huge. I think we can have a picture of the original there that we'll get from her, and note that it's now in that home in Gaylord. So if you see Don and Aaron, just thank them. They said, absolutely, everyone's donating something, we'll donate this, and that's no small task. So we're very, very thankful for that. And our grant requests are in. Gerstacker Foundation, we're feeling cautiously optimistic on that. It's been submitted and the reviewers have reviewed it. That's gone back to the board, and they meet May 3rd to make a decision on that. But we think the fact that they've responded to us and let us know that the reviewers have looked at it, we thank you. Chuck was one of those reviewers, so we thank you. Strosacker, yesterday they called me, and I'm not very familiar with either one of these foundations. I've done grant writing, but not with these. Strosacker's CEO called me or emailed me yesterday morning and said, we'd like to do a site visit. And so that's been scheduled for May 6th, and their decision making is June 3rd. Now, Carolyn and some others said that's good news, that they aren't going to travel over here and take a look at it unless they're fairly interested in this project. So we've asked them for $100,000 for it. The Towsley is in process. It's due, I think, in May, but the request is going to be for $120,000. We're probably asking for heating from them. And then the Gratiot Community Foundation request, maybe the plumbing or something, we want to separate out one, and as we get bids in, ask for those, and that one's due in June. So I also received a call from Brittany from the United Way this afternoon, and she and I are meeting Thursday morning. So there's some possible matching grants. There's some of you got that contact, and Brittany and I have played phone tag for a couple weeks, but there's some possibilities there as well. So, and there are some grants that we can apply for. So we are making progress, and we welcome other ideas about, whether it's consumers energy or you hear of something. I was told that a donor advised fund from Gratiot Community Foundation is making a donation. I don't have any idea the size of that, but I was told the other night that they would be making a donation. So they're coming in and word's getting out. Word is getting out. Kudos to Elmer. Thank you. 1,400 people on Facebook. Yeah, I've never been on Facebook in my life, and I'm on Facebook on that page. So there are a lot of people on that. And it's exciting because you keep adding new articles, new photos, and that's what keeps people coming back. So thank you for that. And then we have a cleanup day. But I want to have Rochelle come up and give you some updates from the steering committee and other members maybe of the steering committee that can kind of talk about what we've been doing, what we're up to. And should I put the sign-up sheet up? For the
Yeah,
cleanup?
if you want to put that up. You did such a wonderful job telling everything thus far that I have a very short list now. So
I'm sorry, didn't
No,
mean to
no,
steal your-
you're good. No, it's fantastic. Does anybody else want to come up here and give an update? No? Okay. So, as she said, the roof needed some reinforcement, so that has been taken care of. That was done, I believe, last week, so we're good there. The logo has been created, and we are expecting to have the final copies of that. Our banner signs that will be out on the corner of the Wright Mansion will be placed probably within the next week, I'm hoping. And then I was going to talk about the Facebook group and how it's growing, and if you have any friends or family that you would like to share that group with to increase our members a little bit more. I think the last time I checked this morning, we were at 1,300-ish. Does that sound about? 1,100. It is growing by leaps and bounds every single day, and I absolutely love that fact. I'm seeing lots of community members post on there. There's a lot of interaction happening. So it's really bringing in that community involvement, and I'm very pleased to see that's really taken off. Security at the Wright House is working. Everything is going well over there with the camera systems. We haven't had any issues recently, so I just wanted to give you an update on that. And I think that is it that I have besides the cleanup day. So we are looking for people that would like to come and help us out on Sunday at 1 o'clock. We are just cleaning up the outside. So we need people with some muscles. If you want to bring your rakes, shovels, whatever equipment that you have that you think would work, lawn edging, things like that, just to kind of get the property cleaned up a little bit. We are working on some estimates for the fence to be put back in its place, only a little bit further away from the building, so we can have the construction crew still be able to enter in around the house, but still keep the fence up to keep kind of the building protected. So if you would like to sign up for the spring cleanup day, the sign up sheet is right there on the wall, and we would be happy to have you all come and see us. And I want to turn it over, if I can, Pat, to Bobby. She is heading up the fundraising group, and she is on fire. She has got some great ideas, and I don't want to take up any more time because what she's got to share is important. Thank you.
So yeah, we've been very busy as a committee. Just adding on to the property signage, we are planning to do that on Sunday. That is our goal. We are working on the structure. Miss Dig's been called, so they're in the works of marking the property. So we'll be all ready to go on Sunday. So we do need some manpower to dig some holes and set the posts. If anybody has an extra post hole digger, bring it with you. We do have one or two, but could use those. So that is the plan for the signage, to get that up. The banners are in the process, and so once we get those, we'll put the banners up onto the actual structures. So there's that. Very excited to announce raffle tickets are in. We have gotten our license from the state, and raffle tickets are available tonight, $20 per ticket. And actually, if I could have Cindy, I don't know where you guys are at anymore. Cindy and Anna, if you guys could stand or wave or. They are going to be selling raffle tickets this evening. They'll be in the back corner after the meeting's over. So if you're interested in purchasing a raffle ticket, they are $20. You could win up to 1,000. We are fast and furious on those. T-shirts. I want to give an update on that. We are actually with the new logo design, we are ordering 2 different colors. So we're going to have black t-shirts and gray t-shirts with the logo up in the left-hand corner of the shirt. And then the, I guess the mission or the motto that Pat showed you early on is going to be on the back. So the black shirts will have gold printing, and then the gray shirts will have black printing on them. So if you're interested in ordering t-shirts, Richard and Jackie, where are you guys? So they are going to be up here taking t-shirt orders. So if you'd like to order a t-shirt, please see them after the meeting as well. We'll be happy to take your order and get that in. They were ordered today. Have the proofs by Friday, and we should have them before the end of the month. So we'll have those in stock. Let's see. We are ordering other items. We're working on different items to sell, the mugs, cups, just all kinds of different things. But more to come on that. So you have an opportunity to purchase some of those in the future. Dust Off Car Show, for any of you that are interested in attending the car show, that's May 19th. We will be setting up a booth there as well. Be able to sell all these wonderful items that we're going to be getting in for you all. So that is from 12 to 4. Highland Festival. We are signed up for a booth Saturday and Sunday. We do have volunteers for most of Saturday, but if you're interested in volunteering for any time to man the booth on Sunday, definitely sign up. Let's see, Linda, you are here. Linda is going to have a sign-up sheet for the Highland Festival if you'd like to volunteer to help us out. Right Night Trivia. She will also have registration forms if you all would like a registration form to get signed up, whether it's you're signing up a team, you want to sponsor the event, you want to donate an item to the silent or live auction, you can do that. You can reach out to myself if you want to donate to those or any of the committee members. But we are certainly looking for those items. We do have an auctioneer for the night for the live auction, so very excited about that. And then I was informed today that we also have a MC, so those are confirmed and they are ready to go. So it'll be a fun night on June 13th, so definitely come on out for that. And then beginning in June, and more to come on this, I just wanted to highlight that we will be at the farmers markets on Thursday in St. Louis and Saturdays in Alma. So stop out, visit, and if you would like to volunteer to help man the booth, either or one day, it doesn't matter. We will absolutely take whatever you have to offer. So you can let us know that as well. Let's see. I think that is it for now, but yes.
Where's the trivia? Where is that located?
We are going to have it at the Elks.
At the Elks?
Yep. June 13th at the Elks, and doors open at 6:30, and the fun will begin at 7.
Are the raffle tickets available for us to take, like, a packet of them to sell, and then?
If that's something that you might be interested in, certainly, reach out to me and
Okay.
we can discuss.
Okay.
But yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
I was trying to find, I thought I had somebody that had a postal digger, automatic job. And the one guy's not doing it anymore, and the other guy's out of town.
because I was hoping that he could be there on Sunday. Is there anybody here who has a postcode? Oh, Chuck.
I don't have one, but I have access to a one-person.
Auger?
Oh,
that would be amazing.
Would you bring Auger?
I would absolutely take an auger over a manual. Yeah, so if you have it and it's available, we'll be there Sunday at 1 o'clock. We'll take it. Yeah. I'll take an auger. Anything else for me?
That trivia night information's on the Facebook page too.
Yes. Yeah, right. Everything is on the Facebook page for the trivia night. There is a PDF file, so if you actually go to the files and print the registration form from there, it's a little more legible, because when in the post it came out a little fuzzy. So go to the files and pull it from there, or you can I'll email it to you if you want to send me an email.
All right. QR code, do we know where we're at with that?
I'm sorry.
The QR code?
QR codes are being created as we design products. We've got the bank account now, and as things are being designed, the QR codes are being created for specific items. So yeah, did you want to add anything, Michelle?
No, that's pretty much what we're doing. We're trying to track marketing. So the reason why we're creating different QR codes for different products is to see where people are coming from and finding us. So it kind of gives us a broader version of where are we reaching the community at the most. So it will help us in the long run. So we have all that set up. So once we start getting yard signs out to sell, it'll have a QR code on it. Our banner that will sit at the corner will have QR codes on it. Our flyers that we have for specific events will have QR codes on it. So you'll be seeing that out and about in the community very, very soon. It's just taken a lot of time to kind of pull together the brand that we wanted to create for this project, from choosing the logo to the colors to having it designed and getting stationery, and there's just a lot of stuff that was happening behind the scenes that took some time to get. So we will be having all of that out very, very, very soon. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, they've definitely been working very hard at making sure we have what we need and be able to get the communication out to the community. So very close. We'll have those things. Any other questions? Yes.
Are we gonna have flyers made up for the
We
trivia
are.
night, so we can maybe go to businesses and hand them out to get the word out more?
Yes, that is part of what Rochelle and I think Kelly and Brian are working on, is a lot of the marketing pieces. So definitely flyers and posters, and we'll be in the Highland Festival parade, so we'll have flyers as we march down the street to hand out. So yes, those are all in the works. What else? Yes.
Thank you, Bobby, for all your hard work.
Yes.
It definitely takes a team, and I appreciate all their hard work as well. So,
But it takes the spark plug.
That's right.
you never been called a spark plug before? All right, I'll take it. No, thank you.
Anything else for the good of the group as we wrap up? Hi to those people that have been live streaming. Yes.
I'm just here at the moment on behalf of the Gratiot County Historical and Genealogical Society. I did bring registration forms if you want to become a member, and I can take your money to them next Tuesday. So, or I'll give you an envelope and you can mail it.
Okay. So great, thank you. I think we got quite a few more members
22
last time. Yes. Jim Goodspeed made a good donation as a result of that, so that's good. We will be meeting here again next month. Jennifer told me that they had a lot of parent meetings and so forth going on, but she checked, and I think the second Tuesday is what, the 14th? 13th, 14th? Anyway, of May, we'll meet here again, so, yeah. So this space seems to work real well. Any other thing before the window closes here? Anything else?
Are you bringing candy bars again?
I know. If you get another $100 grand in, I guarantee it.
$1 million bars next time.
$1 million bars.
We'll buy them out of candy bars.
That's right.
Yeah. We should. By that time, we should have had Gerstecker money in.
That's right, well, no, that's right.
Gonna have to give you 5 or something. So, thank you so much. So appreciate your involvement in this project. Have a good evening.
Yep, thank you.
Yes, because I'll have to go through the training, I don't know, I gotta see what
It's on the Health Class Community Donation Committee.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
That'd be nice.
I don't know how reasonably priced they are. But they're only gonna